markets, there are so many stocks that are bobbing around. That's telling you that interest is back in there. This rally is, widening out. So keep an eye out on that front. Hey, Mangalam, mid-caps, the party continues.
The mid-caps party continues in midweek. Let's see, midday, midweek, mid-caps. That's all we have to say. But, a stock on our radar right now is Indiabulls Real Estate, because realty firm Embassy Group, they've signed an agreement to merge its various housing and commercial projects with Indiabulls Real Estate. Jeetu Virmani, who's the chairman and managing director of Embassy Group, joins now. Remember, this was signed yesterday. Indiabulls taking a bit of profit taking after the news has come by. Mr. Virmani, if you could first tell us, what the consolidated entity would look like in terms of the projects under development, the revenue or the revenue potential, and the balance sheet, the debt. Indiabulls is debt-free. What's the debt on Embassy's book?
So totally, the combined entity would have a debt of close to about 4,000 crores, and but along with that, we have a ready inventory of close to about 6,000 odd crores between both the entities. And I think that the way we've looked at this whole merger is that it brings synergies from both companies together, and we probably hardly by selling another 250 crores worth stock would create like a 10,000 crore surplus. Stock, and inventory, and our whole objective would be to raise cash and obviously pay down all the debt first, and try to run this company on a very low debt base. This thing, right now it's like I think 0.6, and now we want to bring it down to like 0.4. So that's pretty much the whole idea. And together the combined entity would have synergies in both residential and commercial. Indiabulls is more residential centric, and Embassy is more commercial centric. So we want to bring the right mix to about like a 43, 53, 47 mix. So basically, the idea is to be in both areas in a stronger manner. And Embassy hasn't been in some of the regions where Indiabulls is, so that actually complements us. We've been wanting to be in those markets. So I think both companies' assets look in good synergy, and this will probably help us to build one of the largest real estate companies in the country. I mean, that's the whole objective. Real estate has been really in a very different format, with a lot of real estate companies being family-owned in large scale. But we wanted to bring in clean corporate governance. We want to bring some institutional investors, directors on board. So we want to just change the whole concept of how real estate development is done in India and the way it's run in India.
All right, let's get a couple of details then, Mr. Virmani. You just spoke about the inventory that you're sitting on. So what is the combined inventory, if you could put a value number to it? And also just a quick question, you'll intend on keeping this company listed, right?
Yeah, sure. I mean, the whole idea of the merger was to get and hold into a listed entity, and this would allow us to, like I said, to grow and allow more institutional investors to invest in a company which is listed, because that's their preference most of the time as far as real estate is concerned. And so combined, like I said, the combined stock of this company would be presently at about 10,000 crores was finished, but going forward we have a huge surplus of excess of about 18,000 crores. But the prime focus being that this 10,000 crores worth ready stock, which should be sold in the market to generate cash, pay down our debt, and with opportunity base grow this company into much larger.
Give us some more details. This 10,000 crore is a big number. How much of that is finished? How much of that is commercial? How much of that is residential?
No, so the 10,000 crores I'm talking is purely residential.
Okay.
And this is pure residential completed. Okay. So right now, if I were to tell you that between both entities, we have about like 6,000 odd crores worth completed assets. Mm-hmm. And by spending a mere 250 crores or sales of 250 crores, we would be able to have a financial closure on completion of 10,000 crores worth stock. So the receivables between Indiabulls sales and Embassy sales are quite high, quite strong. And also in the last 60 days, we are seeing close to a huge demand on most of our assets which have occupancy certificate. And as far as commercial goes, the Embassy part has brought in a lot of land bank for commercial. and those will keep growing. And finally, the commercial asset stock would actually finally get seeded in the REIT, as they completed. So right now, there's not much commercial ready stock which we bought into the company, but we brought a huge amount of land bank, which is commercial parks, which will help us with large commercial parks.
Okay. All right. Quantify this land.
And really, Bangalore. So, Bangalore being a centric, 40% of India's office market is from Bangalore. And so all these office land parcels are more based in Bangalore.
Right. All right. Mr. Virwani, let's get a couple of numbers going then. You're talking about your land bank. Tell us, what is the total number of acres, if you can give it to us in that number?
The combined land bank will be in excess of like 3,000 crores, 3,000 acres.
3,000 acres. Okay. And also talking about a big inventory that you're sitting on, you'll have to put very small money and, complete this entire inventory. But what is the liquidation plan out there? In this sort of a market, it's going to be a little difficult, I would think.
So like I said, in last 60 days, we are finding, sales quite good, close to about nearly 1,500 or 1,400 crores worth sales in our completed assets, and especially the assets which are based in Bangalore, they are more completed and they're selling. We feel that probably by the time we finish the merger, a lot of this stock will be sold, and a lot of the debt will be paid down. So we don't find much because we're in some of the luxury areas where actually sales have been quite good, and also the present assets of Indiabulls, the inventory is selling well. There's a good demand in those areas, so we don't see much of a reason, because I think once we're focused on it, and we'll be able to encash in our inventory quite soon. But as such, the company doesn't have any immediate liquidity issues also, so we're fairly comfortable, and so we feel that it will just be a entity which will be strong as far as cash is concerned in the next few months.
We take that point, Jitu. Final question from my end. Then you also have another listed company called Embassy Office REITs. So is there a chance that this 3,000 acre commercial land that you're talking about at some point will be shifted to the REIT? Is that a possibility? Or some more commercial assets coming into the REIT?
Acres, what I'm talking about is a combine of the residential and commercial, but we have close to about like 43 million square feet of land for commercial space. And the whole objective is that, when we did the REIT, was to actually build in all this commercial and put it into the REIT. So this was going to be a development platform, and which we would use to attract institutional investors to invest with us. As you're aware that we have a good track record with institutional investors, and we have a lot of other investors also willing to invest with us. So the whole idea was to have a listed development platform which would actually develop all these commercial spaces and then finally seed it to the REIT. So, by this, we're able to make both the listed entities, shareholders happy, because, presently we would make some development margin in this company, and the REIT, which is like a stable cap rate based, would get assets at a decent cap rate, which would be better than what they could buy in the market from others, especially since we being related party. So it's kind of a win-win for both sides. And of course, then, going forward, we also have the franchise for WeWork in India. So it helps our WeWork arm also to be, which is a flexible, office space. Effectively, it just marries all the requirements of commercial space together, and to make us a large commercial and successful commercial player like we've been so far. And in addition, it gives us a huge exposure to residential areas where we wanted to be. And, the Indiabulls residential projects are, very well executed in good locations. So we just wanted to take forward, and there's a lot of land bank along some of these residential projects to conduct,
All right. Thanks so much, Mr. Virwani, sir, for joining in. We appreciate you joining in, sir, taking time off. Unfortunately, we've run out of time. We take what you've said on board, and we're looking forward to chatting with you in the time to come as well. Well, let's move on then. On that note, let's get in a couple of stocks that are in focus today. Zee Entertainment. That's one of the nifty gainers today. It's recovered from the low point of the day, despite the weaker than expected performance in the past quarter. The management commentary, though, was positive earlier today on our channel. So let's listen in to what Rohit Gupta, the CFO, had to tell us.
We expect that ad revenues will keep on growing now, and we are expecting growth in H2. Also, the festive season, we are expecting that by the end of this month, festive season will kickstart, and that will also help boost the ad revenues. Subscription revenues have remained resilient both on TV and digital. We've also seen that there has been a high uptake of entertainment content across all our platforms. So during the quarter, viewership across both television and digital went up significantly, and we continue to engage and entertain our viewers with innovative content formats. In our linear business, our viewership share rebounded to 19.2% over the past 4 weeks. Our PAT to conversion ratio will be 50% plus. So really, the guidance is towards the minimum and not the maximum.
Okay, all right. Let's focus on the big daddy then. Reliance Industries, that came out with an announcement overnight. They're getting into the pharmacy business. And Mangalam, tell us what's going on there.
That's right. So yesterday they made the announcement that they bought 60% stake in NetMeds for about 620 crores. What is it that NetMeds